Okay. Welcome everyone to Team Vaccination Monday night training call. It is January the 27th, 2020. Pivotal year, I think. I'm Jen Moyer, and thank you all for joining us. I am just delighted to have the beautiful Bryna Boisvet doing the training for us tonight on a very important subject, duplication. That's what this business is all about, is duplicating simple steps, right, Bryna?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, without further ado, Bryna has been with Vox for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
And building an amazing team out on Western Canada. And we met, what, two years ago? Really? Like, I'm sure 3 years ago in Toronto you were there, but you know, there's lots of people or whatever. But
yeah.
I remember meeting you in Vegas.
Yes.
So who doesn't have fun in Vegas, right? So I am going to turn over the controls to you, Bryna. How do I do that? Oh dear. Oops.
Whoa.
Did you just see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just gotta find you in the list. There you are. And I will make you the host. There we go. Yay.
Okay.
Got it. So without further ado, Bryna Boisvet.
Okay, I just got to, I can't see my screen share button now. Sorry, just give me 1 sec.
That's okay. Did you get a little message saying that I passed the host to you?
No, well, okay, let's see if this works. Okay. Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Is that working?
Yeah.
Yay! Is it just kind of showing my whole, I'll put it in the PowerPoint.
There we go. So we're seeing the PowerPoint. Duplication is the backbone of our business.
Okay. Oh.
So you want to maybe start back to a couple slides.
Yeah. I don't know what, just 1 second here, sorry. Let's start here. I came up with a funny meme off the start.
There we go.
I thought this meme was funny, so I put it here. Okay, so I just thought this was a powerful little meme. It's kind of a big deal to train an employee. We'd never be hired at a store or company and not be trained or not be instructed on what we have to do our job properly. I see a lot of times some people are very unaware of many tools we have and different things. So I'm a firm believer in, like you said, duplication and just training people. So the next slide I did was I just said, let's not forget what we signed up for in our agreement on policies and procedures to create success and be there for our associates for being duplicatable. So I just wanted to post in the policies and procedures 3.2 of our training and leadership. I encourage everyone to go through those. And this is a great thing of what I'm going to touch on today a little bit, as well as they have some suggestions here too, to be a good associate and a good leader and just training them and not failing them in their business to be successful. So I just thought that was a good little.
So important to support your people, right?
It is. And I probably will go back to that first slide always is in any store, any company we join, we do not just get thrown in a job and not told what to do, right? So just very important. So duplication is the backbone of our business. It's a simple system created that anyone can do, and they can go to work by themselves, as ultimately we want everyone set up for success right out of the gates, and they can start effectively in their business and create a culture of speed, as well as a culture of alike individuals of growing our business. And we're not having to drag their hand as we have trained them. And so I just put what are the steps that we can do to do this. So number one is lead by example. One way you will know is your team is recruiting or getting customers on their own. But if you're not doing any of this, your team will not be as well. Our teams mirror what we do. It's like I used a little example of parents telling our children, do as I say, not as I do, but we can all agree that's not right. We humans will more likely copy what others are doing than listen to what they say. Just being a great example for your team, and I promise most of them will follow suit. It creates a simple process and shows them the way. And they're always watching what you're doing. So I can see it in many teams at the top, what's going on and who's, not doing what. And lots of times you can kind of tell. So it's just the whole factor of looking within yourself and what you're doing. If your team's not doing anything, sometimes it's to do with you, or, it's just mirroring people, right? Number two, getting them started effectively. So you cannot just sign someone up and expect them to start or wait for them to start. This will never create duplication. The best way in this business is to get them working, get them making money, as well as being confident and sharing our neurotech. Work with them right away. Do what you can to get their first customer associate for them, giving them tips and tools on how to do that. Do what you can to get them confident to work on their own and be able to help their next person. If you are new, use your uplines for help. This duplicates reaching out and being okay with asking for help and learning as you go. I remember when I first began, I contacted my upline several times a day, several times. And I used her when my new people had these questions and I did not know how to answer them. But my upline got me up and going right away. We got going and I just asked as I went and learned as I went. So that also helps too. And number three, it creates culture of speed. Create momentum, helping others do the same. Your team will duplicate it. Momentum is created with the speed of the leader as well as the culture of consistent work. Offer incentives, some little tips on goals. Recognizing their talents is huge as well for stuff like that. So I'm just wondering if I can, here I thought I could, I can't see my whole, oh, I can move this, sweet, okay. My video's in my way of what I wrote. So duplication is key as it's what creates and duplicates in your organization. If you build it strong from the top, the rest follows, and it will funnel down and through your entire organization. And so I just put up together a little list of what we want to duplicate, and I'll explain why on each little point. So onboarding. There's a little touch on that in policies and procedures. I know Paul's doing an awesome making up a thing on onboarding properly. There are files, tabs in Team Box and Nation page, as well as get familiar with those. There's great checklist sheets on how to properly onboard someone, and you can check off everything and make sure every step was done properly. Onboarding is key because what you do with them when they start, they are going to do to their next person. Or you're just, even if you're new and you still don't quite know the onboarding process, watching your upline do that for you the first few times, you know it, right? So that's crucial.
Hey, Bryna, I think somebody's unmuted.
Oh.
And because I passed the host to you, I cannot do anything about it. So if you just click on participants, you should have a mute all button.
Okay. Yeah, there it is.
There we go. Sounds good.
I think I got it. There. Okay.
Sounds good now.
Product knowledge. Sitting down and teaching them all about the product knowledge. This duplicates what they'll do with their next person as well as it teaches them about the product, gives them confidence to be able to talk about it, teach their new associates as well as customers. A lot of this is based on that. The compensation plan. I think it's crucial to teach people a compensation plan so people understand how they get paid, why. They can answer questions for their new people as well on the compensation plan. So getting up top and familiar with that. And like I had said back there, the speed of the leader, I kind of touched on that. The culture within. So this topic here, I could go for hours talking about this, but just duplicating personal development, duplicating getting better at different things. We're all a work in progress. None of us are perfect. We're always getting better and better at things, and just building your culture. And if you're being kind, helping, caring, keeping all the stuff out, the culture will follow through your organization without drama, without different things, right? So just creating that culture and keeping that in your organization is great. And I wanted to put that point because I think that's a huge duplication factor with things. I have spoken to people with other companies and different things, and man, some of them are faced with big nightmares. And I think with VoxLife, we have a beautiful, beautiful culture, but I always still like to touch on that and keeping the culture great with all your people and getting along and helping whoever, sidelines, uplines, all that stuff. Back office training is huge to duplicate. We have everything back there that you can imagine. So training them on that, showing them the ropes, showing where to find things, encouraging them to watch the videos back there. A lot of it's there. It lifts a lot of stuff off your back. If you can just direct them, and eventually they have that to duplicate to their new members, and just getting them really up on their back office. Lots of people I talk to don't even know a lot of the information back there. So I think back office training is huge in duplicating and just showing them the ropes of it. Getting familiar with policies and procedures. I'm very passionate about that. There's lots of very, very important things in our policies and procedures and rules we have to follow. And if your new associate doesn't know this stuff, they could risk losing their license or just not knowing all the rules. So I'm a duplicator on policies and procedures and getting people familiar with that and the rules of that. I encourage everyone to be on top of policies and procedures. Facebook pages and groups. So showing them how to add people, how to properly do it, using our Facebook groups like the testimonials. That's a great business builder, all those things. When we show them this, that's what they're going to do with their next associate or customer on the VoxLife testimonials page, different things like that. So that's a big, important duplication. I already touched on the files tabs on the Facebook pages. Just get familiar with those. There's a lot of great information in there. Launch parties, duplicating that. Every new associate I have, I make sure they book a new launch party, whether it's at their house or with a new friend launching, getting them up and going and out on their business and giving them confidence and helping them get their first party going and duplicating that and showing that will as well follow through with everyone. Goal setting. I always give them a good one of the sheets. I wonder if I have one sitting here. I do. No, this isn't a goal sheet. This isn't a goal sheet, sorry. Anyways, I have a goal sheet that I like to give people and setting them up with kind of where they are, what they're wanting out of this business and getting them set up and how I know how to work with them and how hard to push them or how hard not. Because everyone's in this business for different reasons, different goals, different things. So, and I believe that just sets the culture too of setting that in their mindset, setting that with their new people. And a business plan, like getting them to set out a kind of a business plan just to where they want to go, what they want to do. This here, this new associate checklist, it's in the, can you see that? Files tab. I think that one's great for a little business plan and shows what they want, makes them stop and think about what they want and how much they have to work this business to reach whatever their goal is or whatever they want out of this business. And taking care of your teammates. This is huge. Lots of orphans, like Jay calls them, out there. And if you are not wanting to do the business anymore or not doing it and not taking care of your teammates, please pass someone else, your upline or somebody else on to them so they have somebody to get help and talk to, and just duplicate taking care of your teammates, because if you show your teammates, they're going to take care of theirs as well as you did as well. And that's a huge duplicatable thing.
You know,
yes?
I don't want to cut in on you. Is that me?
What?
Does it sound funny?
No, I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. You know, I always say to people that I sponsor that if you want to sponsor someone, it's an obligation, right?
Yeah.
You know, you are committing to helping them succeed.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes. Yes. And duplicating social media use. When they watch you doing things, they're going to start posting and sharing and get more and more confident with that and seeing what you're doing and what's working. And duplication also affects when you have people on training calls and corporate calls. If you're not on them, why would they? So, and people feel that and know that and sense that kind of stuff. So being a good leader and a good associate, a good sponsor, getting on those training calls and corporate calls and showing them what you do, and it keeps you engaged in your business. So I think those are all very key things in our Vox Life business to duplicate. Very, very important topics to keep the duplication going. Okay, where's my thing now? There it is. Okay. So do you feel overwhelmed sometimes? So I love this analogy, actually back in Vegas where I met Jen. Eric Worre spoke there, and I loved his analogy of having the 5 plates spinning. So just pretend you get 5 plates spinning down a line, and one starts to slow down, so you have to go back and help that plate get going again. Eventually you have 30 plates on the go because 5 of those plates duplicated 5, and you've got 30 plates spinning now. And then you have to just keep going back and spinning them. And as in a human, we have to go drag them out of bed to do this business or whatever it is. And they cannot keep spinning. And who do they ask for help? They ask you for help. So you cannot keep up with that many plates spinning, and they are all going to wobble, and the next thing you know, you're going to give up. So that's why I loved his analogy about that, and why you need an effective, fast, duplicative system for yourself and however it works for you in your life and your business. People are not duplicatable, systems are. So we cannot force, kind of how that analogy works is we cannot force people to do anything, but if you give them a system and something to follow, they can do that, and it's very simple, right? So I just love that analogy. And it doesn't matter what works, it's what duplicates is what people actually do, right? So the better you are at using the system, the more profitable your business will be, and the less stress you will have on yourself as well. So I just, that was a little bit of things I thought about being overwhelmed. Even just when I talked about the back office, feeling overwhelmed, there's so many times you can just direct them to something in the back office. There's answers in there, videos, and tons of things to duplicate, and just sending them there to do their stuff and find the answers. There's lots of great things, and this also helps create duplication, so you're not constantly always having to be helping people, wasting time when you could be working your business as well. And so I just wanted to touch on a few top three things of being duplicatable with. Using the products is number one. Do not focus on selling or the money. Use the products. Be a product of the product. How can we sell something or give reviews if we have not tried it? So being a user of the product. Sharing stories. Stories sell. Share your company story of Jay. Share yours. Share your friends, your uplines. There's lots of testimonials on the testimonials page. I just always ask, how many times a day did you share a story? Every day is a number. Every day, every day. Track it every day. Our stories are the most powerful, as we all know that. And I think that's the reason why most of us started this business, was because of a story. And I always like to remember the first time when I started, I bought these socks for a friend, and her story was so powerful. And I shared that, and I sold 197 pairs of socks off a Facebook post from that story. So just working on the stories. And third is use the tools. We do not have to be the pro and pretend we know it all. And even if you do, I always say, keep it duplicatable. Like I said, send them to their back office. Read off your sock and sole guide, whatever it is. Not everybody is seasoned in this for years, and that's okay. And everyone works their business differently. So just working it how you are, and just as long as you have a good, easygoing, duplicatable system. When we show the tools, they do the same. Our back office is full of them. Even seasoned network marketing professionals use the tools. That's what's so beautiful about this business and what makes it so simple. It doesn't have to be complicated and overwhelming. We have tools for every last thing: product knowledge, the business, the comp plan. We have all those things in our back office. If you don't just use a system, you can end up cutting corners, ultimately breaking a system that works. And so that's why I always say, stick with what the system is. The success of you is being able to solve others' problems. So that's where you can direct them, solve their problems. Work smarter, not harder, right? Rinse and repeat. So that's kind of what I touched on duplication. This was kind of a quick thing, because duplication is really, really a simple process if you just follow the system like our back office has, right? So creating a duplicatable system for others is the number one most influential thing you can do in your box life business for your teams and your customers. So that's kind of what I came up with tonight to train on. And if you just follow the system, it all happens, because that's all you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true. You know, what you do and how you introduce people is the way they will introduce to other people, right?
Yeah.
It just makes sense. So, you know, if, for example, you sign someone up and don't show them how to place an order, they're not going to duplicate that to their next person. So I've learned a ton about duplication, and it's like Eric Worre says. So in the beginning, I think by nature, all of us in this business are helpers, right? Or we care about people, we want to help people, blah, blah, blah. So it's very difficult for us as helpers to not find the answers for people, or you know, somebody messages me. So I'll give an example. Also winter corn, right? So what I learned in Vegas from Eric Worre was, if you're talking, you need to either be telling a story, presenting the opportunity, or inviting to an event, right?
Right.
So, or the fourth one, pointing them in the direction to find their answer.
Yes.
And that really resonated with me, because I was going bonkers.
Yes.
You know?
That last point you just said, I see so many uplines consistently. beating their head and beating their head, helping someone and helping them and helping us. And I'm talking associates only, helping them, and they're exhausted and drained.
Yeah.
And I always tell people there comes a point where if you've done all the things, they have to start doing it themselves and on themselves. They know where to find everything. You can't just keep, like Eric says, keep those plates spinning. You gotta.
Yeah.
But if you do it right from the hop, then they know and they will do it.
Yeah.
And they will be there and know where to do it, right? So.
Yep, exactly. And Elsa Wintercorn, who's on my team, lovely gal, and in the beginning I tell new people, if I'm not getting lots of questions from you, then I'm concerned. So bug me, right? Ask me. I'm not going to tell you the answer, but I'm going to point you in the direction where you can find it.
Yes.
Right? So
I always tell people you're going to have 1,000,003 questions.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay. That's how we learn.
If you point them in the direction where they can seek out the answer for themselves, that's what they're going to do for people. So
yes.
the ultimate goal is your team is running like a finely tuned machine, whether you're there or not.
Yeah.
So that's what I always shoot for.
Yeah.
But
it's crazy. Everything's run on duplication in our business.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Everything is. Yeah.
So recently, Elsa said to me, I was very frustrated at first when you wouldn't give me the answers because you knew them, but I would point her, so she would learn. Now she is a master at everything.
Love it.
And pointing her people in the direction to find their answers. So duplication, right? So,
yeah. You can love it. That's funny, that story.
Yeah. So, so anyway, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Bryna, for sharing.
Guess what, everyone? I kept it in my time frame.
Yeah. Well, that's a first. We really appreciate you coming out and passing your knowledge on to the rest of Team Voxination or Team Vox Life. If anybody else out there has a subject they would like to train on, we would love to have you host a call or be the trainer on a Monday night. And thank you so much, Bryna. That's a great PowerPoint. I love the little, what do you call it? A GIF?
The meme?
Oh, a meme, right.
I thought that one was funny.
Yeah, that was good. So yeah. I am going to, did you pass me back the
No, how do I do that?
You don't have to pass me back, but if you can unmute everyone so everybody can say good night.
Yes, just give me. How do I do that again?
So click on participants.
Oh, participants, right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Unmute all. Here we go.
There we go. That was a wonderful right to
Good
the
job
training. And we appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Bryna.
Thanks, Bryna.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, Bryna.
Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Enjoy
Good night,
it.
everyone. Good night. Let's all duplicate. Good night, John Boy.